Hi, everyone. Henry DeVries from Wealth Authority TV. And I have an author and a wealth authority with us, Sue Stiles. Sue, how are you today?
I'm awesome. Thanks, Henry.
Tell the viewers about your business and your work and your book.
Well, I'm here to help people, and I think that's at the heart of probably what most of us are wanting to do. I help through real estate. I help people buy and sell homes, but for over 20 years now, I have been in the industry, and I started right from an administrative assistant
Hmm.
and then became a manager of training for Keller Williams Brokerage, and then taught courses at real estate boards, and on and on. And now I host a podcast about real estate called No Place Like Home. And of course, I help people buy and sell houses just like you.
There we go. So let's get to the opinion question here. What can the industry do to improve the image of the people in the industry? And I'm talking financial advisors, wealth managers, people in real estate, people in insurance, all those people who help us with our money.
Yes, and we have to be careful because maybe a reputation precedes the industries that we're in. Um, and this is because the clients tell the stories. So if you want the stories to change, then the service has to change so that your clients are telling a better story. I think people wise, there's always a few in every group that will sink to the bottom, but the cream always rises to the top. And so, if the way you run your business matches an excellent client journey and you take care of your people, then the people will tell a better story. And maybe if I have a minute, I'll tell a story about a company I think has done it very well.
Please do.
Okay, so, well, a few years ago, my husband and I, we went to the one place in the whole world where they make Tabasco brand hot sauce.
Mm.
That is on Avery Island in Louisiana. And it was our first time there. And for over 150 years, the McElhaney family, we discovered, has been making Tabasco hot sauce. And I like to put that in my Caesars. And down in the States, you might like to have it in a Bloody Mary. But really, in the southern states, like every dining room table, every restaurant table has Tabasco on there as their normal condiment, and we all love it. However, Tabasco wasn't always the best hot sauce. They didn't always do things right. They didn't always have a good product. And so in the early days, they discovered that they had a problem and a Tabasco pepper. So they're grown all over the world, wherever it's a hot climate. And then they're handpicked by pepper pickers. Yes, that's a real thing. And then they're taken to Avery Island and made into hot sauce. But what they discovered was if the peppers are not picked when they're perfectly ripe, the sauce is off. It's too bitter, it's too sour. And so the family had to get together and do some brainstorming. There's no internet back then, there's no chat GPT. They had to discover, how can we come up with a solution? We need the product to be good every single time. We want the client's experience to be perfect every single time. So they came up with a really simple solution, and someone went out in the backyard and picked up a stick. And then they painted this stick the perfect shade of Tabasco red. And they call this Le Petit Baton Rouge. Did you know that, Henry?
Baton Rouge, the stick,
Yes,
the
I
red stick.
because I know you're a fan of Tabasco. This is an official Le Petit Baton Rouge from the
Oh,
Tabasco Country Store. Yes, I have it in my arsenal. So so they made these little red sticks and they gave one to every single pepper picker. So it didn't matter what country they were in, what field they were in. They didn't have to call a manager if they weren't sure that the pepper was ripe. They didn't have to stop working. They didn't have to guess and get it wrong. All they had to do was measure the color against the little red stick. And if it matched, good. It was added to the bounty and taken to Avery Island. So this simple way was a simple way to measure, a simple way to never get it wrong, a simple key to their success. And they actually still use these today. This is how they make sure that they have a perfect product. So, uh, it's nice to be happy to people. It's nice to give them a pat on the back or a gift when they do a deal. But the client journey all the way through, I always ask myself, what measures have I got in place to measure against? Are my ingredients right for the picking? Am I right for the picking? And for the first 10 years or so of my career, I taught these processes so that everybody's client journey can result in a good client experience, a good Google review, and so that clients are telling the stories. You want your name to come out of other people's mouths, then you've got to give them something good to talk about and build that reputation. And I did, with your help, Henry, write a little book about it, The Little Red Stick. What gets measured gets done. And the truth, the proof, it's in the pudding or the Tabasco hot sauce.
One of my authors was an advisor to a small town movie theater, in the age of the eight plexes and 12 plexes. And they brought him in, and he found out that the measure of satisfaction of the movie-going crowd was how fresh the popcorn was. So he had them change and cook new popcorn every 20 minutes. And people said, well, isn't this a waste? We're going to be throwing all this popcorn away. Well, not only did they sell more popcorn than they ever sold before, ticket, uh, ticket sales went up because people are like, well, let's go to that theater with the really good popcorn. It's like if the movie didn't drive you to make the decision, that would. So it's amazing how something like that, the little red stick, fresh popcorn, something about your business to find something special. When I was in advertising, we used to say, we need to find something special about your business to advertise, or we need to advertise your business for sale.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So, uh, great wisdom. Sue, is there anything else you want to add before we bid adieu?
I would just like to encourage everyone just to think about it. Is there another KPI, SOP, some standard, some measure, something special? One little special thing I do so that you can think of your own. I've always been a musician and I'm in a choir. And so for me, when I take people to see houses, they're driving in their cars, for hours looking for houses. And so I just thought, how could I make it more memorable and pleasurable for them? And so I have curated a playlist that is full of songs about finding the perfect home, my perfect home, a brick house, all these kinds of great songs. So people can just put on their playlist. And what I'm hoping is while they're on this journey, they have these fun songs. Well, maybe in the future, when they hear those songs, they will remember, oh, that brings us back to a good time, good memories. And, music sort of plants those memories in our minds and helps people have a good experience. So, just find something like that along with all of your good standards, and it'd be a great client journey. And you'll thrill people and they'll give you great reviews and their name will come out of your mouth.
It's like treating everybody like a celebrity and giving them celebrity service, a little gift, a
Sure.
little something extra. Um, Thank you so much, Sue, for being with us today. And until next time, keep those clients healthy, wealthy, and wise.